This was the first year. From this, we started looking at different traditional color schemes. So then we thought, oh, we could do artists. So the next year it was Mondrian.
So how did you come up with Georgia O'Keeffe for 2025?
Well, we did a man. We should do a woman. Because she's got her images, not only the flowers, but she does the skulls, the cow skulls, and then she did a whole series of clouds.
And also, a couple of years ago, Jean, you talked about maybe doing pastels.
Yeah, right.
And so when we talked about that, I brought up the idea of the pastels again, saying that would be our opportunity to do something a little different.
Yeah.
This is one we're thinking of for sometime in the future.
Andy Warhol.
Oh, Warhol would be really excellent.
Yeah.
But you can see what inspiration that one would be. The baskets and boxes and the borders are different plant climates, little microclimates. Some plants do better in the baskets than the boxes. Some of the plants don't do well in boxes or do better in boxes. So when people are suggesting things, we're also keeping in mind what has worked best and what hasn't.
So after the theme, then you have to figure out how does that get interpreted. Marilyn Palmer's job then was to translate the theme into actual plants that are going to fill the boxes, baskets, and borders.
It was hours and hours of looking at everything. I did lots of scratching of ideas of flowers by colors, flowers by baskets, boxes, by borders, and then finally deciding on some for each of the different planting elements. And we have 8 boxes, 8 baskets, and we repeat that series of 8 designs. But there are different designs for the boxes, different designs for the baskets, and different designs for the border columns. So it took a while. And
we're a little bit behind this year, but we try and get them in like end of July into August, which is quite a bit ahead because they don't come into the greenhouse until April, beginning of April, and then we plant May, Memorial Day. So these are Marilyn's choices for this year for the boxes, borders, and baskets, how they get translated then from the concept to the actual flowers. And so we know where each one is and where it's going to be located. So when we get to the point of planting, all the plants can go to the right place.
the planting is so specific because in a given box, there's a plan that's on the paper. So when we're organizing the plants on planting day, we actually lie them out in the boxes and then other volunteers plant them.
We have a new computer program now that's in Excel. We have a fantastic guy who loves Excel, helping him write little mini programs within this so that we're able to print out a planting order which lists all the plants alphabetically, and then it tells us where they are, if they're in a box, border, or basket, or in the garden. And it will eventually total everything so that you know on this plant we're going to need to order 10 of them. So the big plant order is tied to the planting diagrams through codes, and it allows it to check itself to make sure the little these represent each plant that goes in a box. In this case, we have a lot of different plants. Sometimes we'll end up with plants that are used in the boxes or the baskets, and it tracks them and tells you. So in this case, these are baskets. There are, of this basket, there are 4 like this one, the white. This year we ordered 1,172 plants.
It's a lot of plants.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
But then it tells them how many of each, so they'll send them out to whatever grower